All right, hello everybody. Everything is working well. Good, good, good. We are going to work on tonight a called string vase. And it is an interesting item, and I'll kind of explain it the best I can, but tomorrow when we finish it will look a whole lot better. Okay, so let's get started. First I took and I traced out a pattern like so. Okay, I just traced it out on a sheet of paper. Then instead of having this leaf at the top, I decided I wanted a heart. So it's like a flower. Whoops, dropped it on the floor. We're going to be using string or jute or whatever you like to call it. And I'm just peeling off the glue. Now it's a very interesting craft. You're going to need a spool, or not a spool, skewer. Skewers seem to work better than anything else that I've used. You're going to need string. In my case, I am using, this is what so far I've done. I just laid out the outline of my leaves. Now I'm going to do the heart. I made it very simple. We're going to be making 4 of them. You're going to need a piece of plastic so you can put it on, and later on you will be able to peel this off. It will be all nice and sealed. Now just a minute, I bumped it. I'm using quick dry, what's it called? Quick I was going to say quick dry TikTok. It's tacky glue quick dry, and I'll show you that in a minute. I put mine on a styrofoam board. This is just a junk board. I used a bag a baggie, so I can peel it off. You're going to make 4 of them. Now this is about the size I want. I was looking at this vase here, but it's glass. And I don't want glass around children or my work. So I thought this would be approximate the same size, like so. It's going to be just a tad bigger, but the heart is we're going to bend it out tomorrow. We're going to melt it. All right, so we're going to need probably 4 or 5. I'm going to make 5 tonight, but I'm only going to show you 1 because it has taken me some time to figure this out. All right, so let me get you started. You know, I kept it as simple as I could. I find it very fun, kind of relaxing. Turn the radio on and I bet this will just cruise away, right? So I'm gonna drop you down, and I hoping you can see. All right, first of all, your pattern is only a pattern. It just gives you the basic. That's what you're looking for, okay? I can bet each one of my little stack flowers, I'm going to call it a stack flower, I bet will be a little bit different, but we're not going to worry about it. We're going to make it all easily the same. All right, it's going to have basically the same pattern. When we get done and we peel it off, then we're going to form it to a glass, but it's not going to be stuck to a glass. It's going to stand free by itself. So hopefully this works. Let's continue on. There's some techniques for this. Now this is already it's nice. It's not frayed. The green that I'm using is not. It's very fuzzy, if you can see that. So what you're going to do if you have that situation. And this also works too, we're going to do the same method even on the red. You put glue on your finger, you take it on your string, and you just pull it through and push that glue down until it's nice and formed to its, no more fuzzy, see? It's a nice string. Now, I'm sure you've done this years and years and years ago, if you're ancient like me, and you don't. Now my glue, somehow the top got cut a little bit deeper than what I needed. I lost my little score. Hold on. There it is. Keep this around. This helps guide your string. And I'm just going to guide it around my leaf here, as you see. And then at each corner, I'm going to cut that string off. Take your score, push it down, and push it right next to the other one. You can leave some gaps if you want, not humongous gaps. And if you're able to keep going. Now, I'm allergic to white glue, you guys know that. Don't let it bother you, I will sneeze. Just trying to bend it into that corner. And this glue does dry super fast. Now you don't even have to close up your leaves, guys. I'm doing a leaf, but you don't have to. Let me see, do I have... Oops, sorry. I'm going to lift this up and see if that's any better for you. Actually, you need it more like that, don't you? If that helps. And then I'm going to try to tip it down towards you. Does that help? I can't tell. Alright, so now I'm going to just keep adding glue, and I'm going to fill. And like I said, don't stress if it's getting carried away. You know you're going to have bends in it, so kind of pinch it if you can before you lay it down. And like I said, you don't have to bring it. You can leave some gaps. It's kind of pretty. And I've been enjoying doing this just this last couple. I re-looked it up to make sure I was doing it correctly, and I saw that I was. Gotta make sure your stem part here in the center stays flat, no matter what. It needs to stay flat. Now, if you're liking what I'm doing, friends, please like and sprinkle me out. My goal is to get to 5,000 people by June. And I think I'm just going to... I don't want to fill this one completely in, I don't think. And the score really helps a lot. And I'm leaving some little holes there. I can't really show you those. at the second, but I can in a minute or two. Now once this all dries and we're able to, this is being a little stubborn here, it doesn't want to stay where I put it. I'm going to leave that little hole in the middle. Making sure all this stays flat. Now we can start this next one. So I'm leaving a little bit of a gap in the middle of that leaf, just for fun. And you keep going like this. Now if your string gets too small, it's probably not going to hold as well. I'll do this leaf here. Now like I said, my lines are just that. They're just lines. I wish this wasn't cut so big. But we're going to get it to work. Again, I'm pushing it right next to the top, or the inside of that leaf that we made earlier, or I made earlier. Now this would be really adorable tomorrow. You can do this all in one color. Hello Wayne, how are ya? Let me read what you kindly wrote. I'm assuming you kindly wrote me something. I need to turn my phone sideways in order to view this properly. Once I do that, I'm not able to put in comments. On the bottom, you should be able to, let me check. Me? Go to the right person, right? Okay. So I'm on me. Let me turn it. Okay, this is how my phone works. I hope you can see. There's me. Hi. All right. So I tap on my phone. Oh wait a second. I gotta shut my. I'm gonna have competition here. Okay. So I have my phone sideways. I tap on it, and it comes up on the bottom. There's a bar, and you just scroll that. There, it says comments right on the bottom. It says live stream, and then comments. That's how my phone works. I have Android, and I can do it either way on long ways. I can do that, and both ways. I hope that's helpful. Sorry that you have to do that, but I don't make technology. We might have a whole brand new phone, guys. If I made a phone, it'd be simple, easy, and I gotta put this back on the table. I'm gonna push up just a bit, so I don't have to look under the phone. So I'll show you again. This is what it's looking like. See, I have it nicely wrapped here, I'm leaving that center open, and I'm doing this one right now. So I'm going to fill that in. And like I say, it only has to be next to each other. The glue will do the work, and you just put the string in. Now, if you use hot glue, some people like hot glue. I like hot glue. I think you would have a bit of issue. And the score works super nice to get it to lay into the glue. Let it stick for a second. Bring it up to about where you want it. And I just give it a good crunch, pinch, fold. And you cut it off at each end, or at the bottom, if you don't lose your scissors. And if you didn't cut enough, you can just leave it. You don't have to add more. I think that should be good. I'm going to leave a space in each one of them. This one is wider than this one for whatever reason. And I don't want to go on the outside because I've already formed the frame. So let's go up and do the middle ones. My string is still treated already. Well, not very well though. And this will be a standalone vase tomorrow. It's going to dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll melt them together. And that I just use my little iron. Where's my stick? So much better with the stick. And what the stick does, it gives you time to hold it, bend it, keep it in the glue. Don't let it get any higher. Keep your stem flat. I'm not right-handed, guys. I'm really more left-handed than I am right-handed. So you'll see me probably do the left side first because it stresses me out. Though I cut with my right because a dog bit off my left hand. It works, but that's it. I want to make sure that gets in there, not standing straight up. And we already treated this, so we can just keep going. You do get a little messy on your hands, but hey, it's not as messy as some things that I've done. Now, if you think it's too big of a gap in there, just go ahead and do another row. It's not going to matter. This one doesn't have a whole lot. This has 3. This one has 4, maybe even 5 here. You can close it up completely as well. Do it your way. And you're going to do 4 of these, at least 4. You can do 3, but you want to make sure that your 3 will fit around whatever you're wanting to use it with, to mold it. Because you're eventually going to have all of them touching each other tomorrow. and laid down really nice. I'm making sure my corner is in. This is too little, so just throw that piece away. And I only grab about, I don't know, 18 inches. And see how mine is all curly Q? By adding this glue on my finger like this, gives it a chance to close up those fibers with the glue and straighten out my string. And it pulls off all those little extra fibers. That's why you see me pulling my finger all the time. But it's super cool. Wayne, did that help you? I don't know what kind of phone you have, dear. Sorry. I am going to buy an Apple phone, I think, and I'm going to learn both. I know Android fairly well, but Android's like Facebook, it keeps changing. I had to upgrade the other day, and now my phone is full from that upgrade. And I didn't put no glue in here. Goodness. And cording's kind of hard to cut sometimes, so don't use your best scissors like I'm doing. I'm going to give this one just a little extra here. Now you can find string art in YouTube, Pinterest. I think I even did some in high school, I believe. And I made some really cool vases. That's usually what I make. Doesn't mean you have to. I didn't get that one very... Trying to tuck it back in. But it's super cool. You'll see it. You guys will love it tomorrow. I don't know if you'll like it now, but... And you always start in the center and you go around. Either right or left, whichever. And you make sure your leaves are touching each other. This stuff is like drying so fast. Really nice stuff. But this takes time to do. Again, this would be one that I would do probably in front of a TV or turn the radio on and just boogie away with it. And I'm just tucking it in. Making sure my edgings are down, because when you melt it, hi, who's that? Donna, hello, thanks for coming. I'll show you in just a second. You'll see the bottom has already dried. It's drying faster than I am working, I can tell you. just pushing it down right in there, making sure everything is touching. I think I got enough glue there. I'm going to do this one a couple turns here. I'm doing this on a plastic bag, so I will be able to peel it off tomorrow. Making sure it stays. Now, as you see, I'm not staying on my pattern. Hi, Patricia. See? And tomorrow, after I have all 4 done, we'll, I need another piece of green, just a minute. And I got this at the, I believe, Dollar Tree. It's their Dollar Tree stuff, and it's not high quality, so that's why you take the glue and run it down your finger in your string. So a little dab of glue, that's all you need. Grab your string, put it there, and just slide it down. And I do about 18 inches or so, maybe less. And you just keep going like this until it's nice and straight. Then take all that extra fuzz off the best you can. Now, if you want your whole leaf to be covered, that's fine. Go ahead and cover it. It's not going to matter. You can do it either way. I'm leaving holes in mine. I might later on go back and add more. I haven't decided. That first row, and you start from the inside, go out, and then come back around. And your stick is a very good guide. This will make a beautiful candle tomorrow. Vase. I'm going to use an electric candle around mine, so the flowers will come up this way, electric candle in the middle, and then if I can get to the store, I'll pick up a candle to go, or not a candle, a flower to go in it. Probably have to be an unscented flower. I don't know. This time of year they have all scented flowers for Valentine's. If you hear my brother coughing, he has pneumonia right now. We've been staying apart. At least we believe it's pneumonia. Doctors seem to be in agreement, so. And this stuff gets like stiff, so you really have to bend it. I put enough glue in. Now the flower up above, which is going to be a heart, I tried to think of a simple little shape, but I don't want it to be, just a second. I want it to stay where I put it. Maybe if If I take this glue off the tip, I can see. It is a time-consuming craft, but when you're done, it's really beautiful. I got the cutest little puppy looking at me. Okay, let's do the heart. Now the heart, I'm going to start with a wide piece, like this, a solid, and then the inside I am using the jute, I think this was Hobby Lobby, and it's red and white, something like that. You guys liking this craft? Give me a heart if you do. I could use some hearts, man. Okay, so when you do your first setup, since I had this already started, I'm just gonna kind of like trace around and make it the best heart I can make it with my glue. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. Starting right here at the bottom. I did not pre-prep this as I did the green, so it probably will need a little extra care here in the center. I probably should have. Tucking it right in, kind of pushing out the sides just to make sure it touches the green. Get that to be more of a heart. Not staying where I put it because I didn't prep it. Thank you for those hearts. Woohoo! Guys, I appreciate all those hearts. It really makes my day. All right. So there is my heart. As you see, it's not perfect. I'm going to try to pull this more to a point. Hold it there for a second before we add some coloring inside it. I'm going to have to pull it off and just prep the string. It's pretty wet now, but let's just prep it. This is prepping. Getting glue all around it so it gets a little stiff. My board loves to move. I guess I'm gonna just have to hold it. Prep that out to the sides, making sure it touches the green. You see how it just lifted itself up? a little bit stubborn. I lost my stick. I'm gonna take this out. It's making it like crazy. And I tell you, the setup is the hardest. So, there, it looks like it's staying, keeping its shape. As you see that line there, you can, I like to do one side of the heart at a time. And I'm going to be using, thank you for those hearts, guys. I appreciate it. There we go. We'll prep this. And I'm going to do 5 of these tonight. At least 4. 4 for sure. 5 maybe. I'm using this as my guide. This here. This is my guide. And I cut it. My poor brother. It's not one thing, it's another for him. You just run it down, slide it down, very simple. This kind of makes it a little stiffer. Let's put some glue down before it can stick. The reason you don't do the full heart is because you want it to be a strong heart, right? You don't want it to be wobbly. Keep losing this little stick. I've left plenty of glue in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and poke it down. But as you see, it takes time. It's stubborn string. It likes to do what it wants. And I'm using fast drying glue, which maybe is probably half of my problem. It's going to be very beautiful, guys. Trust me. And I sell these on an average of they usually go for about $30 average. And I just do them with this pattern because it's so... Alright, that guy's just being naughty. Stay. We're all nicely tucked. Make sure your end pieces are down. It's nice to have a little turning table. And the reason you don't have it going, you gotta make sure the outside stays connected to your second row. That's like super crucial. Super, super crucial. Sharp scissors would be great. This middle one is just like not staying. I love it. It's so beautiful. Now if you want to not go so far to the top and you just kind of want to leave some air holes and stuff, you can do that. It does make it a little weaker. Stay. When you do that. Okay. This one is still a problem. If you cut them too long, then they don't always. I pressed so hard that eye stuck. And I left a little bit of a gap just to show you. I think this will be big enough to go right in there. Where's my stick? Goodness. Now, whatever is facing you, that's what's going to be your picture. That's, whoops, sorry, it stuck to my finger and now it's staying. Why won't you stay? Being stubborn. All right, I need a little bit more here. And again, I'm going to prep it. Just a dot. And slide it down. It stiffens your string. Takes out any fuzzies because you want it nice and straight. This stuff sticks really well. Okay, now we're going to do this other side. Just like we did this one. And I'm pushing that right up next to the other heart. If I have a pen. Need something to hold that there. Sorry about that. Gotta train this thing. It's giving me a train wreck. Looking good. Did that a little bit too long, but just weave that in. Again, I'm just putting it in my glue right next to the other one, not on top, but next. I'm going to cut off a little bit too short. Just try to blend that in. We'll just kind of do a corner. Super cool. Cut. I'll show you in just a second. One more row here. I think I have enough glue in there. Maybe not. My string absorbed it. And I'm only using what I have, guys. I am trying not to buy anything for a little while. I just want to get rid of some of the surplus I have here. I'm only buying my necessities. Plus, I have a huge deposit I know I'm going to have to put down on the hotel for our crafting event here in Minnesota that I hope all of you can come to. I don't have all the details yet. I just know what's going to happen. Just a minute. I have to take this off. I can't feel a thing. Feels like, you know how you were in school and you peel off your skin. Remember when you were young? Maybe you guys didn't get to do that. I don't even know if they use glue in school anymore. I don't even think they do a whole lot of crafting in school anymore. I'm wondering why it's sticking to me. Ha. I think I'm going to close this up. This glue dried so fast. It's 99% dry. Unbelievable. It's faster than I am. Most everything is. Especially for this. Where is my needle? Not you. You'll be next. You want something just to bend a little, it takes the whole thing out. Stop. So now I got my whole flower in here. I'm just going to straighten it out just a little bit here. And I might close up my leaves too. I haven't decided. You still can. You always can go back and refix. But let me show you what the flower is going to look like. So this is my flower. And as you see, I used that little clip there just to hold it. Now if I close these up, it's no big deal. I think it would look better if I do. And then tomorrow you'll be able to peel all this off once it's dry. It's not dry underneath. This is still very wet, but it is dry on top. So then I'm going to take a thin layer of glue, carefully just go over your heart. Still a little wet, maybe I have to wait. But you're just going to take, once it's dry, you're just going to take your finger and smear in on those smaller strings. This heart's still sliding on me. So now you take your paper, unpoke it, peel off your paper, slide over to the next space, and do it all over again. Now I'll do probably 4, maybe 5 of this pattern. I think I'll go in and close these up. Maybe I'll do some open and some closed. And now I'm going to redo this. But I'm not going to make you sit through this because it's going to take some time. As you saw, this took time to make. And it's going to be beautiful when it's done. We'll be mixing and matching them, folding over the leaves to connect on. I do want to show you how I do the base. And I'm going to do that right up here. Let's see if I can just slide this in. I'm sure you know how to do a base. But I thought I'd show you anyway. On the bottom of my vase, I'm going to use a red, and then it's going to be green inside. Or you can do it all red. Maybe I'll just do it all red. So, as you saw, I made a circle. Just a plain old circle of glue. Prep your string. Even if you think it's okay, the prepping just stiffens your string to make it easy enough to stick and hold. Now we're making a vase, so we want this to be like as round and perfect as possible. That looks pretty dang good. Now I'm going to slide this not right next to that knot. I'm going to go just over a little bit, and I'm going to go the other direction, right next, letting them adhere. I'll stay in a circle. This red string has its own little attitude. Where's that little? Keeping it as round as I can. See how that's coming? There's a lot of stopping and going in this little project. And if you get too far ahead, then it doesn't, I'm just going to add glue here. This is going to be so cute. Grab some glue on my finger. Dip the tip. Starting without me. And again, sliding over just a little bit. I'm going to just keep it going round and round. Now that I got 3 good connections here, they're going to hopefully stay connected. See how far we can get. Your base really doesn't matter, guys, really what color it is. You just want to make sure it's firm and compact. And sliding. Where did I put my stick? Sticks to me just fine. I'm just making a spiral. This will be our base. Get in that little hole. Isn't it weird how things just act up? Now, take your little stick, and you're just going to roll it. You want to make sure it's flat. No high rising. And the one I want to keep there is not staying. Needs to stay, so just got to work it until it decides to stay. In place. Oh, it spiraled out. And that's why it costs so much. Because it does, you know, string has its own mind. And it will spiral out on you. I'm glad I showed you this. It absorbed all the glue and then wants its own original shape back. It's really normal with string. It just naturally comes back into its shape. Isn't that crazy? I might have to redo it. I'll set that there for a second. Get these back into shape. Wow, it really slid off its path. Now, I already absorbed, so it should go real fast now. And you've seen people use bottles, guys, where they stick a needle in one side and it comes out the other, and then the string comes behind it. That's basically the same thing if you don't want to use your fingers. Might have to put a bottle on this. I want a good base, and it's giving me a bad time. Now I have a little space, but we're going to fill that space up with some glue. Now don't breathe. It's a little stubborn. But there you go. So that's the base. It's going to dry. Hopefully it stays its shape. I'm gonna have to move my hopefully I don't mess it up. I gotta have enough room to be able to make this other one here. That might work. Just gonna have to have a little space between them. So there you go. Whoops, sorry. It'll look like that. I'll make 3 more tonight. I'll close up these here, and then tomorrow we'll melt them together, and they will be able to make a really lovely vase. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know you don't probably like two-part things, but that's because this takes so long to do. And that's why not so many people do it. Because it does take time, and string is not nice, and does its own thing and unwinds, and then it decides hold its shape, and it's just crazy how it works. But thank you for all those hearts. I appreciate it. And you all have a great night. I'm going to work on this for sure the rest of the night. And we'll see you all tomorrow for part 2. We'll put it together and it'll be a beautiful vase. Tomorrow we will use a little hot glue. And we're also going to use a little heat. And sometimes you have to use a little string, but not too much. But it'll be cute. Something really different and nobody else has made that I've seen. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for coming. I'll get to your messages in just a little bit. Let me know if you like this craft or not. Thank you so much.